Hey guys, I'm Upgraded Rotom, aka Coach of the San Diego Pachirisus, and this week we are finding ourselves in the UBDL Pokemon Draft League. Now I mentioned it in the team analysis video, however, if you guys missed that, then I'll explain here that this is a mono-type Pokemon league, if that wasn't obvious by a lot of the normal types on my team and the bugs on my opponents. So essentially, I'm a normal type gym leader, and this week we're facing off against the bug type gym leader Curry Powder and their team, the Southeast Spiders. Now, I've never really done a monotype draft league before, so this is going to be fun to try out and see how it works out. They do have a lot of pretty strong bugs that we need to worry about, like Volcarona, Araquanid, Slitherwing, and even Yanmega within a monotype league can be really scary. But some of their bigger threats are going to be that Samurott and their Gallade. The good news is, though, that they cannot bring both. They have to choose one or the other. And so, without further ado, let's get into the team builder. First up on the roster today, we've got our Annihilape here, and Annihilape is rocking the EV set of max HP, 40 defense, 216 speed with the Jolly Nature, the moves Stealth Rock, Rage Fist, Taunt, and Stone Edge, and the Chople Berry as its item with the ability Defiant. This set here is basically to kind of be our lead. We want to get Stealth Rocks up as soon as possible, and realistically, they have a few different options of hazard removal, but I can deal with all those pretty solidly if they try to go for said removal. As examples, if they want to go for Defog, then they gotta deal with Annihilape's Defiant, allowing it to get that +2 boost. And even Rapid Spin from a Fortress isn't going to be doing too much to us in the first place once we Terastallize, and we can just set up Stealth Rocks again. Rage Fist is there as it's a really nice move on Annihilape, being able to take some damage and then do some heavier damage back. Once we get a few hits, we'll be able to kind of take down almost anything on their team with just one punch, or even just bring it close to KO with one punch. Taunt is there in order to stop initial setup stuff like sticky webs or even any hazards from Fortress. And plus, if we make it so that they can only use attacking moves, then if we get hit, it only boosts Rage Fist even more. Last but not least, Stone Edge is there in order to do some crazy damage and not have physical contact with my opponent's Rocky Helmets either. The only things that really want to take Stone Edge is going to be Scizor, Slitherwing, and Fortress, but I do have other Pokemon on the team that are going to be able to deal with those guys respectively. I decided to go with the Chople Berry on this set, as if I am going to Terastallize into a normal type anyway, I figured it would be good to kind of just reduce the amount of damage that like a Banded Close Combat might do from Slitherwing or even their Scizor, and it also reduces the damage from Samurott and Gallade's Sacred Swords. So really, Annihilape's set for this week is to set up rocks and then punch whatever is out afterwards. Next on the lineup, we've got our Dudunsparce here, and Dudunsparce is rocking the EV spread of max HP, 16 defense, and 240 special defense, with the Careful Nature, the moves Glare, Stone Edge, Body Slam, and Flamethrower, with Serene Grace as its ability, and the Chople Berry as its item. Kind of like Annihilape with the Chople Berry, I decided I wanted the Chople there in order to reduce the damage of those fighting type moves that I might be able to find coming my way. And the main reason I want to reduce those is so that I can try to get a Body Slam off onto whatever my opponent has out at that time, as potentially paralyzing a Pokemon is going to be very huge. Stone Edge is there as, like I mentioned, it already hits a lot of my opponent's Pokemon for nice, super effective damage, but also because of Serene Grace, we have a, I believe, 60% chance to crit, so if they do decide to go for any defense shenanigans, like Iron Defensing on anything, then we can crit through that. And Flamethrower is there for the Scizor and Fortress respectively, as even though we are a minus special attack nature, unless they are Assault Vest, we still do a solid chunk of damage to both of them. Next up, we have our Staraptor here, and Staraptor is rocking the EV spread of max HP, 4 attack, max speed, with the Jolly Nature, the moves Endeavor, Dual Wing Beat, U-Turn, and Final Gambit, with the Choice Scarf as its item and the ability Intimidate. Now this set here is mostly designed to be able to get in and Dual Wing Beat if possible, or even just pivot around and spread those Intimidates to the physical attackers of my opponent's Pokemon. But most notably, we have Final Gambit there, as if they immediately try to go for setup sweeping and they end up kind of threatening us early game, we can just immediately wipe out that setup sweeper. And kind of on the opposite end of that, if we do have damage on Staraptor here and we take a decent amount, we have Endeavor there to bring them down to our level, and then we can go ahead and use something else to clean up afterwards. Like I kind of already hinted at, the Intimidate there is going to be able to whittle down the attack stat of their physical attackers, such as Araquanid, both of their Terra Captains of Samurott and Gallade, their Scizor, their Slitherwing, and yeah, those are their physical attackers. Realistically, I understand that I'm going to be getting a lot of recoil damage from anything that's wearing a Rocky Helmet, but also on the flip side of that, that only feeds our Endeavor. So hopefully that works out in the way that I'm thinking it does. Otherwise, we'll just see how it goes. After Staraptor, we have our Zoroark here, and Zoroark is going to be running the EV spread of 80 HP, max special attack, and 176 speed, with Flamethrower, Taunt, Shadow Ball, and Will-O-Wisp as its moves, its item being the Life Orb, and obviously the ability being Illusion. Flamethrower is there in order to do some nice hefty damage to all their Bug-type Pokemon. Araquanid unfortunately will take resisted damage thanks to Water Bubble, however Shadow Ball is there in order to hit stuff for neutral damage if need be. Taunt is there in order to try and stop setup, while Will-O-Wisp is there in order to hinder their physical attackers. A solid example of how I'm kind of expecting to use Zoroark here is that maybe their Gallade has a Choice Scarf and they got locked into close combat. I switch into Zoroark so that my opponent doesn't really know if it's going to be a actual normal type or not. And then they have to kind of gamble at that. And so then I can click Will-O-Wisp and hinder that physical attack of said Gallade. And then they have to switch out afterwards, while I also wouldn't reveal my item of the Life Orb just yet, as Will-O-Wisp is a status move, and so I wouldn't get the recoil damage from it. Yeah, so essentially Zoroark is going to be trying to play tricks with my opponent's mind and really let us set up our statuses that we need to spread onto those physical attackers, while allowing us to do some pretty hefty damage and outspeed the majority of their Pokemon, mind you, as well. After Zoroark, we have our Cyclizar here. After Zoroark, we have our Cyclizar here, and Cyclizar is running the EV spread of 36 HP, max attack, 220 speed with the Adamant Nature, the moves Rapid Spin, Body Slam, Temper Flare, and U-Turn, with the Heavy Duty Boots as its item and the ability Regenerator. This set here is going to be a kind of stereotypical set where we're just kind of using this to get in and remove hazards, as my opponent does not have a Ghost type on their team, so it makes it really easy to just Rapid Spin if they do set up hazards. Body Slam allows us to get our normal stab onto them while also potentially paralyzing them. Temper Flare hits all of their hazard removal Pokemon for quad damage, so that's really nice. And then U-Turn will allow us to pivot out of there and gain back our HP with our Regenerator ability. With our speed as well, we should be able to outspeed everything on my opponent's team besides something like a Yanmega that has a lot of speed boost, or something like a Volcarona with a Choice Scarf. And last but not least, we've got our Terapagos on the team here. This week, Terapagos is rocking the EV spread of 200 HP, 56 special attack, and 252 speed, with the Timid Nature, the moves Terra Starstorm, Flamethrower, Power Gem, and Thunderbolt, with the Choice Scarf as its item. This set here is to basically be able to take as many hits as possible while dealing out a solid amount of damage. Terra Starstorm is nice, as once both of their steel types are gone, we're going to be doing a lot of damage to anything else that wants to come in. Flamethrower is there in order to hit those steel types for quad super effective damage in this case. Power Gem is there in order to do a lot of super effective damage to Volcarona and their Yanmega if they both end up setting up as well. And last but not least, Thunderbolt is there in order to hit the Araquanid for super effective damage, whereas majority of my team cannot really do that to Araquanid with the sets that I have built, so I figured at least one Pokemon with a super effective move into that guy would be pretty nice. But that's going to be the team for this week. Let me know what you guys think of it down in the comments below, and if you're excited for this mono-type draft league, because I know I am, and I will see you guys in the battle. Alright, and we got them. New draft league, new me, let's go, let's have fun, let's see what the bug team brought. Ooh, okay, so good to see, actually I'm a little surprised no Yanmega, but it's good to see that, as we don't have to worry now about, what's it called? It punching through Terra's shell with Tinted Lens, or even having to worry about any speed boosts. I feel like I'm still going to lead into Annihilate. If they go Illumise, I butcher that name every time, then I don't necessarily mind a Thunder Wave, as this is really just to set up rocks. If they go into Araquanid, I do want to see if I can get a quick calc off on how much Araquanid is doing with, what's it called? A Choice Band Liquidation. Ooh, dude, that's gonna do a lot, isn't it? Oh yeah, that's totally gonna kill me if that's max attack. Actually, it doesn't, so that's surprising, but it gets us pretty low. However, we'll still do a decent amount after the fact, so let's go ahead and get in and set up our rocks. It does look like they have a few good Pokemon to set up sticky webs too. I didn't notice Vikavolt was there. So we'll see what they lead with. And they did lead in the Mise. Okay. So that's a little unfortunate. They might just set up a Thunder Wave here. I don't fully mind going for Stealth Rock and then going for Stone Edges. I do have to Terrestrialize here, right? Yeah. If they switcheroo, then so be it. They get a useless item. We'll see what they go for. Terra, turn 1 immediately. That's what we love to see at the beginning of the season. It was the Thunder Wave. Okay, Coolio. Now please don't be paired. That'd suck. Cool. And now, we Stone Edge. I do want to double check how much Stone Edge is doing to Illumies. With no defenses, it's doing 76 max. Let's say it's max HP, max defense for some reason. It'd be doing half. Not crazy, but not bad. Ooh, Encore. Forgot about that move. Okay. So you're probably going to Thunder Wave again at this point, right? Do I have anything that doesn't mind a Thunder Wave? No, everything minds a Thunder Wave. That sucks. Oh, wait, they only locked in... Hold on, we're going to change this. Okay, and we're back at where we were at. Luckily now they have the rest of their team. It wasn't necessarily a big issue as, I mean, it was early game stuff, so we'll go from there. I do think at this point I'm pretty decently solid to just go into the Dunsparce here and go from that. Grenade. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and Stone Edge here in this case. If Fortress comes in, then we can gauge if it's defensive or not. Hopefully we can get a crit here. This might be Sash now that I think of that. Don't be paired, please. Cool. That is a lot more bulky than I expected. Eject button. Ooh, that's cool. So what, you go into Samurott? If they go into Samurott, how much we doing? They do just go with Raquinid. Okay, so this is definitely like a Choice Band, Choice Scarf, something. Leftovers. Okay. This is more bulky. Good to know. A Raquinid. Let's make it a bulky set. Would be taking about half from Stone Edge. If they are special, then Surf does not too much, but if they are Choice Band, Liquidation. And let's give you a max attack. And Liquidation. In the rain as well. That's gonna KO us, so we're just gonna go ahead and go for that Stone Edge. Get the most amount of damage we can. It is Choice Scarf. No, we're paralyzed. I'm just an idiot. Crit, please? No crit. Okay. Wow, I'm playing really poorly when it comes to my speed right now. Good news is, we can go ahead and... Actually, how much is Cyclozark taking from that? Raquinid. In the rain. Like max attack. Liquidation. I don't think I'd be able to survive that. Oh, but the rain is still there, right? Am I crazy? Is the rain still here? Buttons. Wow, I am playing really bad. Yeah, the rain is still here. Okay. Do I let Dunsparce go down here? I think that should be fine for now. Yeah, sure. I don't really have a switch in afterwards. So, how about Ape? What is Ape taking from this? Araquanid. It's not banded, so I don't need to worry about band. But liquidation. I'd be able to survive the liquidation. So we can go for Annihilate and then go into a Rage Fist, I believe. Because, actually, what's that doing? 43%. Stone Edge. We need to go for Stone Edge here. We are faster, surprisingly enough. And then Samurott can come out here, but the rain stops, so its water moves aren't going to be super powerful. Illumise does not want to lock us into Stone Edge. And Illumise is already low anyway. So they're probably going Fortress, if anything. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch into Zoroark here. Prevent the hazard removal. And if they go Illumise, I switch back into Ape. I also realized I played the illusion really poorly right here. So for the first time ever, guys, say hello to baby Terapagos actually in a battle. So Araquanid is gone, so I'm pretty solid to Flamethrower here. Or do I want to Will-O-Wisp on the switch in of... Yeah, I'm going to Will-O-Wisp, actually, because if they go Illumise, then I can just switch back into Ape with not many repercussions. If they go... Why did I miss? Why did you miss? Why did you body press? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and Flamethrower here. You want to stay in? Stay in. They're thinking about it now, though. Maybe I should have Willowed. Nope, Flamethrower works. Sturdy. Can I get the burn? Do I get the burn? I don't get the burn. I do get Rocks up, which I do have Rapid Spin 4. Quite honestly, I don't necessarily mind going in and just doing that. Yeah? What is Will-O-Wisp's accuracy, by the way? 85? Really? And I missed? I don't want to body press, because if they go... I don't want to do Cyclizar, because if they go body press, then ouch. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and just Flamethrower again. And then what is Zoroark doing to Samurott? Because I do believe Zoroark outspeeds Samurott. Unless it's Scarf. We don't have any information if it is Scarf or not. But it has to turn into a bug type, so Flamethrower is going to be fine. Oh, Flamethrower kills. Okay, so I want to go back into Ape here. Don't want to let that thing paralyze anything else. They do just get a Rain Dance up, which is at the end of the day kind of fine. In the rain, Flamethrower is not doing as much as Shadow Ball would, so that's good to know. And we took Rocks damage, not actual damage. So Stealth Rock, or Stone Edge is still the best move to go for. Please don't paralyze. They do Samurai. Okay. Ooh, we get the Stone Edge off. Ooh, that's decently bulky as well. And you're probably going to go ahead and go for Ceaseless Edge. I'm going to take this time to see how much Cyclozar does to Samurott. It wasn't boots from what I saw. Rapid Spin does 32%. U-turn can kill it. Yeah, I feel like if anything, you're going for either a Ceaseless Edge or... Oh, no. We'll try to fix this. Alright, and we're back once more. Okay, so from this point, I still don't really see a bad thing going for that Stone Edge. If they go for the Ceaseless Edge, then yeah, they get some spikes up, but we can rapid that away. Illumise is already dead to rocks when it comes back in, and on top of that, the bug typing that this is going to get is going to make Stone Edge possibly kill it. So yeah, I'm fine with just staying in and Stone Edging. So Razor Shell might do a lot more than I was actually expecting, but if that's the case, then I still don't mind, simply because then they won't have more hazards up. They do just Razor Shell. Okay. So we do go down there, and Cyclozar. I did not calc for bug typing on this, now that I think about that. With its U-turn. It's in the rain. Body Slam is doing about half of its HP. In the rain, Razor Shell is doing a lot to us. Staraptor into this? I think can KO it. Staraptor into Sam. Dual Wing Beat is not KOing. Oh, but it's not a bug type. Hold on. It is now, and it would be able to KO it. So we're gonna go ahead and go into Staraptor. Unfortunately, we'll be affected by rocks. We'll find out here if they have the, what's it called? Ooh, or do I just want to U-turn? Now that it's -1, how much is Razor Shell doing to me in rain? Razor Shell wouldn't be able to kill. I don't think they want to deal with Scizor or even, what is it called? Actually, no. I'm going to want to keep this thing alive. If they go into either or of those, then we have Terapagos in the back to deal with them. So I was kind of overthinking there a bit, but we're fine here. Samurott goes down. Luckily, no more hazards are going to be an issue to deal with. I do want to try and Rapid Spin for Terapagos if possible. I don't really want to have to deal with losing Terra Shell. Okay, so Illumise comes in and dies, because I'm pretty sure rocks kill it. Yeah. Okay. So, Cyclozar, what are you taking from a, Vikavolt? Bug would do a lot. Scizor, I don't like that Scizor could just very easily, not rapid spin here, but go for a close combat. So I'm gonna preferably go for that dual wing beat on that potential close combat. Just so that I can get that switch in. They're not Rocky Helmet, which is a little surprising. Maybe the Fortress was Rocky Helmet? But I'm gonna go ahead and just let Staraptor go down here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and Rapid Spin and Temper Flare. Or would just Zoroark be better? Hold on. How much is you doing to Zoroark? Scizor It doesn't look like it's Bullet Punch, or it doesn't look like it's Choice Band either, so I'm going to remove the Choice Band here. Ooh, that's still going to do a lot, so I'm going to go ahead and go Cyclizar, and we're going to Rapid. Or actually, I'm going to Temper Flare and then Rapid. Because it should still outspeed this. It's going to go for, yeah, I'm going to go for a Temper Flare and then Rapid. And I do think this is nearing the end of the game. Cyclizar, how much are you doing to difficult with Temper Flare? About 31%. Our well, really? Our Body Slam would be doing more? This is Vikavolt, right? Bug Electric? Yeah, okay. I guess Body Slam's gonna be doing more. So we'll go for that. Really? Interesting. Stab goes crazy. Because I don't even think we need Terapagos at this point. Yeah, we don't even need Terapagos at this point. Vikavolt comes in, or not Vikavolt, Zoroark would come in and sweep, but that's going to be the game, guys. We beat the Bug-type gym leader. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you, Curry, for sitting through this disconnect stuff with me, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace.